I met my husband at college, and we dated 4 years all the way through, and we got married a year after we graduated. And I always thought that he was too good to be true. He was my best friend and my soulmate. We did ministries together. We went on missions trips together. Later, we had 3 wonderful children together. Fast forward now to 2011. The day started out just like any other day. It was a beautiful summer day, and just a few days before my kids were going back to school, my husband came home from work, and he said that he needed to tell me something. And I kind of could just tell by his voice that nothing good was going to come from this conversation. That day in the family room, I learned that my husband of 18 years had had an affair for about 4 years. The next day, I found out that was just kind of the tip of the iceberg. The next day in our pastor's office, I found out that he not only had had one affair, but he had had several affairs over the course of our 18-year marriage. And the last one had resulted in a secret wedding, a secret wife, and a secret child in another state. That night in my parents' basement bedroom, I was just overwhelmed with fear of the future and fear of how I was going to take care of my children. And Jesus was just faithful in reminding me that he was there with me and he was going to take care of us. And the verse that just kept coming to my mind that night as I laid in bed was Jeremiah 29:11, that says, I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. And I know that God was just bringing me that verse that night, telling me that I'm in control, I'm going to take care of you. I remember one particular morning, I had had a meeting with my lawyer all morning long, followed by a meeting with a financial planner, and it was becoming pretty apparent to me that I was losing everything. I not only had lost my husband and my best friend, but I had lost all of my dreams of the past and the future. I had lost any nest egg that we had had. My credit was going down the tubes, and I was now losing the house. I literally opened my Bible that day to Psalms 71:20, and this is what it says. Though you have made me see many troubles, you will restore my life again. From the depths of the earth, you will again bring me up. You will increase my honor and comfort me once again. And I had to read it over and over because I couldn't believe that that was a verse that God had just led me to at that very moment. As I pulled myself together that day to pick up my kids from school, I stopped at the mailbox on the way out the door, and there was an anonymous letter in the mailbox. And when I opened it, out fell several $100s, and the realization that I wasn't losing everything. God was going to take care of us, and he was going to provide for us in miraculous ways, and he was more than capable of taking care of us. I don't have a perfect ending to my story. Sometimes the future looks scary to me still, but what I do have is 3 years of God's faithfulness in our lives, and he has provided for us in so many miraculous ways. He has been nothing but faithful in the past, and I know that he will be faithful to us in the future. He truly has supplied all of our needs. My name is Marcie, and I am a Hope 360 storyteller. If you or anyone else has been encouraged by my story, please visit my webpage at hope360.org.